Welcome on in, everyone. Thank y'all for being here. Welcome on in, Slow. Welcome on in, Cynic. Welcome on in, Matthias. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans. Welcome on in, Cam. Welcome on in, Big O Luxray. Glad to have you as well. Welcome on in, Zeph. Glad to have you as well. Who else we got? Let me see. Welcome on in, Bellis. Welcome on in, Death Nation. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans. Welcome on in, Mooney as well. Glad to have you. Here, let me get the crafty shout out in for Big O. Heckin' very sweet Luxray. Very adorable PNG tuber. Highly recommend. Go give him a check out. It is Monday. It is Monday after a weekend, a weekend where I was live for a bit. I'll be honest with you. I've been keeping an eye on my internet, and it looks like it's stable. I had a little bit of an issue connecting to Twitch servers. I think Twitch servers are just unstable right now, which fucking sucks. But there's not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. But yeah, it Monday, so art. It Monday, so we're arting here. But yeah, we are returning to, oh, for fuck's sakes, hold up. It's doing that weird thing again. Games and content. Where, yeah, like, sometimes like the full screen window capture just doesn't like being actually full screen, which is like deeply annoying for me, but yeah, hopefully y'all had a good weekend. My weekend was pretty good. I actually had a really great time with my first archipelago. And I definitely want to do something more like that in the future. Because it's just like a great way to like it's the perfect like a manifestation of parallel play. In regards to like, you know.
Rats, where the rats?
Poof.
Well, at least you can hear him. Here. You are correct. I do need to unhide the rat. You aren't correct about taking my shirt, though. That is unacceptable. There you go. The rat is here. PETA. The rat is here.
Rats, where the rats?
Who's a good bird? Who's a good bird? Do you know who's a good bird? It's not you naughty stinky burb.
Okay. You have to remember, I don't have a praise kink. If you're looking for the person in chat with the praise kink, I wonder. I mean, there's definitely at least a couple people in this chat who have a praise kink. I'm sure of it. But yeah, so this is gonna be like kind of cleaning up this sketch a little bit. I think I'm also like looking at, because if I'm looking at like where birds don't smell bad, y'all weird. Oh, the birds gonna say, Ivan, welcome on in. Can we get a shout out for Ivan Art?
Nice try getting me to admit I have a praises kink.
No, that's fair. I already know you're into vor. There's no escaping that allegation. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ugh. Why did I have to stop? I don't know how that stretch was like. That stretch felt real good. Wow, cover them up. Welcome on in, Delos. Can you guys get a shout out for Delos? Listen, it's not my fault. When Brianna took my shirt, I escaped the allegations for I am not vored. I didn't say that you were into being vored. I just said that you're into vor. I make no assumptions about your personal proclivities in that regard. But yeah, I got my internet fixed. I do feel bad about. I feel really bad about Thursday. It's like one of those things where it's like there's literally nothing I could have done. You know, it's still one of those like really crummy feelings. There's something wrong with the eyes. And I think the issue with the eye is the left one is lower. Enough of your insolence. You Baja Blast me all. You can kill me with the boar ball you want, but you can't silence the truth. Welcome on Noshtian. I'm glad you're sleeping. Okay, so now if I hide this layer. Welcome on in Zero Crisis. Good idea, Sweet Bean. I need to fix the gaze a little bit, but the like what is going on here? Like, I need to fix like the location of the pupil a little bit, but I think overall, like, this is relative, like, this is looking a little bit better for sure. Fix the gaze? You can never fix the gaze? Not that, I'm not trying to fix those types of gaze. Welcome on, Lurk Kobo. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. This is the biggest song title I've ever seen. The one Zarok put in. Because I'm assuming it's probably like, it's probably like one of those instances where there's like a ton of people being credited. Doing alright, Starky? I'm doing alright, all things considered. I had a good weekend. I had a lot of fun with my doing the what's it called? The archipelago. Okay, so extremely very funny and embarrassing thing that happened over the weekend. Because of the fact that I got back into archipelago on Saturday, I was looking at some stuff, and it was no one going to tell me Jaren from Neopets fairy fragments exist. Was I supposed to find that out on accident by myself? You could have just like okay, Jaren stops by occasionally, and he's like probably the most knowledgeable being in regards to like Neopets. I'm surprised you weren't aware of him. I'm assuming you're talking about the night guy. I think that's what his name is. But no. So I woke up Sunday. I'm about to admit something a little bit embarrassing. I woke up Sunday. I was like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go put. It's not an empanada. It's like a pizza, but it's wrapped. The Fairy Fragments version specifically, Starky. All right, let me look real quick. Calzone, that's the word. So there was a calzone. Thank you for knowing what the fuck I'm on about. Hold up, I'm looking. I'm not seeing him. Whatever. But no, I was like, okay, I woke up, it was like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go put a calzone in the air fryer. And I set it for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, well, I get shit. Imagine crediting artists for their work. But no, I was like, like I was like, okay, 15 minutes. I can't really play any online games. Yeah, fuck it. Let's load up Ultra Kill. And then I proceeded to spend 2 hours trying to beat Sisyphus Prime. And I 100% forgot about my calzone in the air fryer. And it was definitely not safe to eat because it was definitely like room temperature for more than an hour. I mean, Sisyphus Prime died. I killed him. I finally, after I think it's been like 2 years since that fight was put in the game. I got him. Rest in peace, Calzone. Calzone. I defeated him, and then I'm just like sitting there, I'm just like, wow, that was great. And then I thought, fuck. Because like my stomach chose that moment to growl, because I hadn't eaten anything up until that point yesterday. So I was like, well, shit, what do I do now? But yeah, no, rest in peace, that calzone. It died for my sins. Rant about that moment and digging her up a two that almost got... Here's the Jaren version I'm talking about. Welcome on in, Lennox. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. Okay, I can see the appeal. Can you shout out for Lennox, aka Det? How you holding up? Glad to have you. Thank you for stopping by. Here, apparently we're looking at where is it? Jaren from from a fairy fantasy. I was never super duper into Neopets as a kid. But I can see the appeal. He looks so handsome. You were a fan of a dapper gentleman. Anyways, hold up a moment. We will be right back. There has been a request for a rant about a certain fucking anime girl. I've been kind of lurker the past few months. It's been a weird few months. Understandable. I've had it up to fucking here with Mikon's bullshit already. And we're like probably not even a fucking fifth of the way through the game. I can't imagine what she's got fucking planned for us because like, we haven't even completed the first fucking, murder trial yet. And she's already showing her coochie hidden behind a very like, surreptitiously placed pile of fucking, like, I think it was fucking oysters and shit on the plate. It's like, okay, cool. You couldn't possibly be more yonic about it, could you? Fucking, and I'm just over here being like, well, I guess I just gotta have to have the goddamn not safe for TJ on the screen. Why is she like this? I hate this character archetype. Are you talking about Mikon? Yes. Lester was wondering if you should pause. Is this a request? I respect and honestly kind of aspire to that level of like hodum. Mikon flashing her pecan. I feel like that is a joke that doesn't necessarily translate depending on where in the States you are. But yeah. I'm currently working on, oh, wait a minute, no, what if they were Hodem, you say? Have you seen my new OC, Pure Ho? I don't think I actually have. Look, I'm on a Daikichi, go have you, Sweet Bean. The scented candles I bought for my mom finally arrived, she really loved them, that's awesome. I'm realizing now, hold up. This is why we come back to it with fresh eyes. This is why sometimes it's good to refresh your eyes. Because you can catch stuff. It can catch stuff like this. I was posting on today's 120 plus stickers. That's wild, actually. Holy shit. I'm so tired of art now. Yeah, no, understandable. Understandable. I was about to ask you for like, hey, art, double checking me, but also after something like that. Welcome on, Kronos. Good to have you. So, okay, I want to show you something. Go for it. Oh Lord, my voice is just a little bit, incy bit, not raw, but like it's a little tested, so I might be a bit quieter today than on average. There we go. Somewhere like here. There we go. That looks a lot better. Admittedly, I do feel a little bit guilty because I specifically go out of my way to try and avoid hiding the hand. Okay. I feel like this is a little bit more accurate to like where the thumb would like their relative size of the thumb. Is in your version of CSP, do you have access to the built-in 3D models? I don't. I don't think so. What version of CSP am I even using? Let me see. It's probably in help, isn't it? Version information. I'm using version 1.13. This hand still doesn't look great. I was gonna say I use them a lot, especially when I need to do hand gestures. That's fair. Okay, the thumb position's about right. Starkey is Pro, not EX. I think it's because there's no obvious like location for where the wrist is. I almost said thrist. It's more like here. I think I like it, but I think I need to bring it in more. If it's when you want to show Starkey something you know he'll like, but your only source is Reddit. Is it about the apparently updates regarding the Discord will come as we get more information about like what the actual, what actual shit they've got planned. Clip Studio's on version 4. I'm pretty sure it's for all versions too. Something was punted your way, Starkey. I'll take a look in a moment. So anyways, check DMs. But apparently, from what I've heard on Blue Sky, so many people have been canceling their like Twitch Turbo or Twitch Nitro subscriptions that the servers are like genuinely lagging because people are trying to cancel them more and more, which I think is a actually genuinely pretty good piece of news. Okay, taking a quick look. Oh my, not fucking. It's fucking Gustav. Thank you for Gustav. Fucking. I'm out of the loop. What's happening exactly? Or not Twitch Turbo. Discord Nitro. Did I say Twitch? I might have said Twitch. But no. Discord Nitro is the thing that everyone's canceling, and they're canceling it so much. They're canceling it so much that apparently the servers are struggling to handle the increased traffic. Unfortunately, so I don't think I can show. I don't necessarily know that I can show that on stream. It's mostly fine, but it is just like a subject matter that Twitch is liable to complain about. So. Okay. I'm thinking. It's a bit crazy. I'm too old a gay to keep jumping to new platforms. I mean, here's the thing. Reasonably, what it does mean is that monkeys, like in my server, monkeys' nuclear content will be sent into the fucking sun. Like if they do meaningfully add that, because I won't be able to moderate it. I'm not giving them my fucking ID. I do not trust Discord. They have demonstrably proven that you cannot trust them with any sensitive information. But like, outside of that, I'm, you know. You can't trust anyone with it. Is it? It's a face scan or ID, correct? Yeah, I might give him the Norman Reedus, from the facial scan from what's the fucking game? Death Stranding 2, and see if that does it. The Norman Reedus sex move. The Norman Reedus sex like a sex move. No, I would like the Norman Reedus face. I don't have any jumping around. I probably am going to at some point have to like figure out the logistics of like making a Telegram like group chat or whatever. Which like is a pain in the ass, but it's nice to have as a backup. If it's the Face ID, easy to manipulate. Adult websites use this, and it's super crappy. Lamau, but I'd avoid it. Yeah. Love how spell check changed sounds to sex. Welcome on, Ruffles. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. I wonder if that has any, you know, I wonder if that might be your spell check telling on you a little bit. Going to get a new Forest Spirit character tomorrow? In what? I know that there's an owl coming to, what's it called? Welcome on, Marms. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Your name is Mickey. Dude. It's like a new adoptable. It's the French viewer. Welcome on, Ilianos. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Is Marms French? What they changed in Telegram recently has me all sorts of blah. Yeah. No, that's understandable. There is like, you know, I'm currently discussing some logistics with some friends who are very security-minded folks, so in terms of like figuring out a backup plan. It was a joke that occurred during Skystream. My brother was just telling me today that he for Discord gave ID to recognize him as Keanu Reeves. It's like, yeah, like okay, what's the fucking point of it? It literally feels like a scam. Like the fact that this happens feels like it's like there's some weird scamming going on. I've been talking about how Discord's ID check is going to affect more than sexual content all day. If it does, then I'm just leaving the platform. Oh, I just realized why the hand looks wrong. Well, I have to completely rework the hand, which is not great. But at least I figured it out. Because I think it'd be better... Hold up. Okay, no, actually, hold up. I think I figured it out. What's with me doing a fucking porky pig ass fucking stuttering?
Wow.
I also don't think we can trust Discord with our IDs, but I also don't want underage kids in my furry not safe work art channels talking with adults. I wish parents had the free time to be a meaningful guide to the internet for their children. The crux of most of my frustrations with the current internet is that it's being treated like a daycare when it very much is not that. And the reason that is the case is because there is no, like, logistically speaking, it's impossible for people to both provide for kids and also be there to take care of them unless you're ultra wealthy. They have the free time to be on most social media. It's no excuse. Need to allow for third space on the internet for kids. Nowadays is give it the iPad so it shuts up. Yeah, and that definitely like disappoints me. Australia had to be. Wait, did you see a Starky? I did. I am like a little like I'm a little bit anxious about like potentially putting that on screen because it is you know. Yeah, understandable. But no, I feel like I've seen that post. I definitely have seen that post on the internet before. But you see the vision, right? What was the setup for it? I can't remember. Like are you gonna get like your Sona drawn in that meme or? Because I think Dragon Con was a furry con thanks to Dragon Suitors being at furry cons. It's more fitting the other way around. I swear to God, there's like I'm sure we've done this bit before, but it does feel like Dragon Con is or should be like a D's nuts setup. That'd be funny, but no. Something about reverse gender. Oh, that's right. Because here's the thing. I wouldn't have as much issues with it if the genders were reversed for like Mekon, but that's entirely due to like socio-political things that are like meaningfully outside of my ability to control. The reason I dislike the Mekon thing is like due to a lengthy history of like sexual exploitation of women, and combine that with the fact that like because there is that context, it's both gross that she's being sexualized and also a problem that she's being sexualized because for whatever reason there is, you know, it's the combo of like it's a character that like as a gender thing, women should be free to show their bodies without it being like, oh, like, you know, not the, okay. I think I'm very much of the like free the titty movement where I'm like women should be allowed to show their bodies without it being like explicitly sexual all the time. I think the fact that men can show off their tits while women can't is fucking stupid and I don't like it. But also like it the way that the Mekon scenes are characterized in Danganronpa 2 are all explicitly that, and I don't like the fact that it is meaningfully you know, I don't like the fact that like it puts me at danger. Like if Mekon were a dude who was just showing off everything except for the Nardeldanger, I would have a less of an issue with it, but that's in part because there's less of a socio-political context and complications surrounding male nudity, and also the fact that like there isn't an extensive history of like male sexual exploitation, or like it's not as extensive as it is for women. Welcome on, Wiz. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we do a shout out for Wiz Lycos, fellow Thunderfang member, absolutely spectacular artist. If you like big werewolves, Wiz is the place to be. But no, hopefully, it was a lot of fun hanging with y'all in my brain is fried today. What is happening to me? It was fun playing with Archipelago with you all. I feel a little bit bad with how quickly I finished up. I was considering like I think like in total for you and Owie it ended up being like 8 hours. I was done within 4 hours, which is like, oh lord. Hey, what the fuck what is this song and who did this? This is just excessive. We're 2 minutes into this because I've just been explicitly ignoring the bullshit up until this point. But like Beethoven Penis featuring Buttsack, Ballsman 430, Your Money, and I'm skipping. I don't like Kirk songs like that. Have you ever tried Pussy Juice? No, I haven't. French? Yeah, no, we've gone from sexual to French. How's everyone? I'm doing all right. My voice I think is a little bit recovering from the weekend yet. As you know, I'm not used to streaming. Also, Drawn is going great. That's awesome. Oh, unless you're talking about my try, where I'm like, yeah. In which case, I'm like, this when your voice was astonishing. Okay. Part of like a non-zero amount of why I moved away from YouTube was so that way people would stop putting memes in. Like that is a meaningful amount of like my frustration with the YouTube song requests. But no. I'll be honest with you, people have been complimenting my art more, and I don't know, it's still weird to me. Yeah, close enough. I'm just telling the truth. Listen, I do sincerely appreciate that. Skilled artist, listen here, you. Okay. So the hair was one of the things I needed to fix. I'm still not huge on the ears. I think they're too tall and pointed. But also, no, Wiz, I adore your style. I adore the way you draw the paws, because you draw the like very, very chunky paws. And that's something that like I kind of want to figure out and implement in my own style. I really love drawing paws. It's just that. That's fair. I kind of need to go through like my art where I just like in my free time draw like more adult stuff that like really motivates me. Cause like I do think that like meaningfully like being able to draw like, you know, draw kink stuff is like a pretty good way to like build up like a repertoire for shapes and stuff. I blame Neopets and Digimon for how my paw style looks. That actually lines up very like that checks out. What's up, Chris?
Remember everyone, it's no longer ethical to play Fortnite as the Music Pass has been going all in on having ice slop, and there's ice slop on the map as well.
Yeah. I will not be playing Fortnite for the foreseeable future. But no, slow down on thin ice. It actually like it checks because like I wasn't aware of like how paw heavy the Digimon art style was until I played the game. And every single character, like every single Digimon that has feet, those feet are like minimum like I'm trying to like the feet in Digimon are all massive. It's weird for me to be talking about feet size because like here in the States we use the feet measurement, so I'm like the foot is like 1.5 feet. Digimon is more furry feet than the game furry feet. Okay. Digimon Pause are just wonderful. Oh no, I definitely have grown to appreciate the style as well. There was a show on Netflix that annoyed me because the movie was rampant nudity. No problem with nudity, I'm pro nudity, but what drove me nuts was the woman was naked to see everything, but men except for a side character. If a man was naked, the camera does its damnedest to stay above the waist. Yeah, I think that's the thing where it becomes like, at that point it becomes pretty clear. It's like, oh, you're only showing the female body for sexual exploitation, and then the male body is just there to complete the story. The Digimon feet are large. That is. I was like, I feel like I recognize that emote. If I tried to draw stuff that interested me, I think I'd be too distracted to draw. But go back what you mentioned of not feeling okay with hair and ears, being able to self-judge things you don't feel confident drawing is what opens. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I've kind of talked about it before because like my entire art journey has more or less been on stream. Like, I don't think there's been a single piece I have worked on that like has been finished that hasn't been worked at least partially on stream. So like, you know, my entire journey has been visible, and it's weird because, you know, it's like the perpetual, you know, feeling of like, oh, seeing others and trying to get inspiration, but it's also like, who is this? Looks oddly familiar. You might know them. They're actually, because they show up a lot in like Sky pieces, because they're a big Sky supporter. StarkyMorph is an inspiration to us. No, we're not. Never again. Never again. I will, as much as I hate StarkyMorph, it did actually like meaningfully kill my me feeling weirded out over my own art style. So I guess there's that. A first off-stream piece can be the Borb drones. I do need to work on that yet. Him. But you know, he was very, very supportive. And so I'm doing like a little gift piece as like kind of a thank you for you know, for being so supportive. Oh, thank you for the save reminder. Okay. I'm trying something a little bit different because the clothing here is extremely loose. I think this here is correct. But if I'm trying to think about like where it'll bunch up. Those large trucks smell bad if you've ever been in a semi-truck. I don't think I've never been inside of a semi-truck. I think the big thing in terms of like art style is like I do want to do more like art, like, you know, studies. And I think the big thing I want to try to take away from this year is moving kind of towards like a painter style, because like that's I love like, oh, there's like a bunch of, you know, there's a ton of like inspirations in terms of like art style that I want to like pursue. So I'm like, I don't know, it's like that like eternal pursuit of perfection, I suppose. You have all the time in the world for. Oh yeah, no. I more or less I've broken through the wall of like feeling like I can't do art to at least being like, I don't, you know, my art I don't think will ever look good to me, but no, the Chisbit gorillas are good. I mean, if you want, I can remove it. But no, I broke it through the barrier to at least recognize that my art is recognizable. I don't think I'll ever get to the point where I feel like confident in my art style. Something more like here. I didn't even notice it's still around 21 years. Advice: we never think our own pieces look good or are ever worth looking at, which is wild to me, because like it drives me nuts. And I guess it's like one of those things where it's like I'm not the only person who's getting driven nuts by it, because like, you know. I guess like in some ways, like when I complain about my stuff, it's kind of like watching like someone that I look up to complain about their stuff and being like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I can see a lot of improvements since you started, and it's always been your style. Like, being able to do art on stream makes you a Giga Chad. Something like this, and then kind of. This is kind of turning into a cloth study, which like is actually kind of a good thing in my opinion, because like this is a thing I need to kind of be doing. You realize we bully so many streamers when they talk trash about their own content. I believe in you, Starky. And honestly, like, I'm definitely excited to see, like, you know, because I don't think I think I've only been watching your art for like the last year or so I'm like excited to see like how you progress and develop. Because like, here. I'm about to show off a fellow artist that I actually I look up to a bit. As I always say, art is subjective, and AI hard R slur. Because here, I mean, are you talking about Clanker, which is wild, by the way. Feel free to ask for any advice too. Oh, for sure. Like, okay, I actually like adore this style of like mid TF. It's so good. Actually, like you're pretty good with in terms of like figuring out how the like fabric is pushing and stretching as well. I honestly, I have an open policy for like backseating where like any artist friend that I follow, I'm like 100% like you can backseat all you want. So you likes mid TF? I do, but it's like one of those things that I need to get like more confident, like in terms of drawing. Is that Magnadramon? Goo is another thing I need to get experience with. Oh. I feel like my clothes shedding looks quite simple, but it's something I want to improve this year. I mean, even this, like, it is definitely like you have a very good style that like, because like this is a little bit more of a simpler piece. So like your style translates really, really well between more simple pieces and like significantly more complex, which I think is like genuinely really cool. Because Lord knows I don't think I could do like this level of like simple stuff while feeling. I would be like, I want to draw the anatomy.
How about doing what Akari did in JoJo Part 4 and draw peeling things? It makes you work the art skills to the max.
Doing what a rocket did is drawing peeling things. Like, are you talking about like Heaven's Gate and how it like kind of peels like people? I should be able to do that one day, or even better. I want to learn to do like a chibi style kind of, you know. Honestly, like one of the things that I think would be like kind of cool, that would be nice is, so like a part of the reason I got into doing art was A, so that way I could draw my Sona, because like I wanted to get more art of Starky, and then like my side characters, which are Finn, which I need to redesign again. Poor Finn's been through so many makeovers at this point. And then I want to make more art of Anthus, who is my bull man. And so like being able to do the art myself, you know, kind of lightens the impact on my wallet of being a furry. But another thing that I want to do with it is like I've had an idea for like a comic for like Starky's backstory for forever, and it just hasn't panned out because of like a lot of like conflicting issues and like life being complicated and artists saying that they're going to do it and not actually following through. And so like being able to just say screw it and make it myself would actually be like a huge kind of, you know, one of the reasons to exist of our persona is to be drawn. Being able to draw is a valid reason. Yeah. Admittedly, it's also great. It's good fun to just like draw. Hold on. Actually, hold on. This arm is fine. Now I'm like looking to where the muscles are. Probably like somewhere closer to here. Because it's going to be a little bit more like back. Something closer to like that. This over here. I can't taught this song. I'm glad we get back onto the Ouya cats. Listen, we haven't gotten any terrible memes with the Ouya cat, so it's kind of just hit the noise filter of my brain. Somewhere like this. I don't. I wonder if I'm being too precious with it. Okay. There is, so it needs to be kind of like here. Something more like this. What can you do? What you can do too is, as SuTF is the rise of, in terms of popularity. SuTF is like, honestly, TF as a concept is just a lot of fun. Does that throw off the balance of the arms? A little bit, unfortunately. The ability to draw also means you can draw all your personas meeting. That is a fair point. Hold up. I think I've spotted it. So to some degree, this is like, there is perspective here. It's just like, it's a lot more minor in this than it is in a lot of my pieces. So if I think about like where the perspective is, something kind of like here. I don't like how straight the arm is. Hey, to be fair, like this arm is getting stretched higher up. Gotta go. See you later. Thank you for hanging out, Wiz. It's great to have you stop by. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, I think I've spotted the issue. There's a switch to my new PC. Everything on clip feels wrong. I think the issue is I need to like move this back. Here. I'm trapped in a kind of a hell. Most songs I won't hear again, so I'm better off adding them. Art gave rise to this culture, and that's what kept society going. Death Nation, remember to minimize adding people. Okay. Also, we're about to run our first set of 3-minute ads. We run this every hour to turn off reels. People don't deal with the ads as soon as they join the stream. Feel free to go grab a snack, go grab some hydration. We will be here when you come back. Death Nation, what did I literally just say? Hmm. You said no adding? Well, it's more like this spiritual concept of like don't bother people if they're not really engaging with what with what you're saying. All right. Alrighty. Because I'm looking at this and I'm like, there is, I like it more. I like it more for sure, but I'm like, is it still balanced? Baby Honda. Okay, that's more or less correct. It's one of these where it's like it might be worth bringing the bicep in just a touch. That's too much. Just a touch. Just that way it like better matches the other side. Welcome on in, Dupe. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we shout out for Dupe if one of my mods is available? Also, did we ever get the shout out for Wiz? I want to say we did. We did, perfect. But yeah, no, how you doing, Dupe? It was actually great getting to hang out with you. Yeah, the Sega Saturn was nowhere near as successful as the Sony PlayStation. That was like 20 plus years ago. Here, let me get this shout out for you, since I believe my mods are preoccupied. It was a lot of fun. I want to do more collab stuff. Mid 1990s, so yeah, like 30 years. All right. Dupe is a cute polar bear. Dupe is a cute polar bear. Oh, currently, because I was lurking in your stream earlier this morning, and you're showing off your like lion rough sheet. Are you just like, is it just like a shapeshifter, or like are you like actually considering like moving over to the lion Sona? You have no idea how humiliating the console war was if you had a crappier system and everyone else had better systems. And now everyone just has a PC. The winner of the console wars is Valve. All right. I'm looking. I'm still not like super in love with the eye placement. That might just be a result. Hold up. I think I've spotted the issue. I think I've spotted it. Because to some degree. Bear/bull/lion were my original picks for Sona before I settled on bear, and then after a while I realized I can just have all three, but I wanted them to all have the same look, so even as different species you'd know it's me. So chat said I'm a shapeshifter. I'll have models for them someday. I mean, here's the thing. I did the same thing where I'm just like, going in, I was like, it's going to be too much fun getting my Sona drawn in different species. I'm just going to build into my characters, build into Starky's lore. A canonical reason for him to be shapeshifting constantly. But no, like honestly, I approve of the shapeshifter Sona design. Dupe dudes, two of them larger than humans. So I was surprised you picked large one. Most people pick smaller animals. Damn tall and talented. Welcome on in, Grim. Gwim, how you doing, you sweet bean? Pick a fucking lane and inherit a struggle. I mean, I got a couple of them that I've inherited. Actually, and yeah, there's plenty of people who have bigger Sona species. I'm like, hyenas are a little bit smaller than people, but like wolves are about people sized. Foxes are smaller, but like foxes and dogs are a little bit smaller, but like There's plenty of bears. I have a rat model, but he's big. To be honest with you, the thing about the furry fandom that I love is that like there's no real limitations. Yeah, dragon variations are like usually gonna be bigger. Wolves are 5'4". I'm assuming you're measuring from like probably like tail base to snoot. They weigh about as much as an average human. Hard to find 3254 in it. But no, I got plenty of struggles. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. But no, how you doing, Grim? Good to have you. Thank you for stopping by, Sweet Bean. I'll grab you and give you uppies. And I throw you in the sun. Surprise! Be right back, phone call. All good. Also, there's like plenty of 5'4" people out there. Lord knows that I was 5'4" in the 3rd grade. People come in all different sizes. Okay. I'm looking and I'm like, I'm relatively happy with this sketch, so let's get to lining. Okay. Want a dark color, but not like super dark. I'm not sure about the finding pants that can fit be so hard. I mean, it's a very real struggle for me. I'll be honest about that. Oh, hold up. I need to figure out the facial patterns, don't I? Okay, so it looks like it's just like a series of like basically scratches. It's like radial scratches around the eyes and then a couple between the eyebrows. Hey, Starky, hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. I'm not even particularly tall. There's a reason that there's definitely a reason why I brain. Like I definitely tend to wear shorts. I don't really own a pair of jeans that fit comfortably. Cause they between the cost and the difficulty in finding those kinds of jeans, it's just not worth my time. I mean, this is okay. This is the kind of detailing where I'm like, it's probably better to just like leave it in the just put it in the detail layer, which I returned with cereal. Welcome back with cereal. Also, like, I don't know if it's like it might be the TISM thing, but like I hate the texture of like denim. It feels so deeply uncomfortable to me. And like it doesn't even offer like particularly good temperature protection. People are like, "Oh, just wear jeans in the winter." And I'm like, it doesn't fucking keep you warm. Like what the fuck? I would have to be wearing fucking like sweats over the jeans to feel like comfortably warm. This is bullshit. Like the temperature at like the temperature at which I can no longer wear jeans. The temperature at which I can no longer comfortably wear jeans, or like, you know, the temperature at which I can no longer comfortably wear shorts is like also like that's low enough where like I need to be wearing like sweatpants to be like comfortable. I hate schools demanded we wear jeans as part of our uniform. I'll be honest with you. The only advantage genes have is that they look good. Like genes look good, and that's like the only thing they've got going for them. I feel like as a society, we would be much improved to just not have genes. Should I pour Pepsi and Sprite in my cereal? Are you fucking cam cool? Not my blue jeans, not American Eagle. All I'm saying is, like, society, like, it's that one meme. It's like society if we never developed genes, and it's the fucking future. Society if we never developed sweatpants and it's just Mad Max. Basically. This is also just something, like, I'm gonna be experimenting with line weights a little bit. Did you know that 84% of millennials don't know how to change a light bulb? I can't believe that joke became real. I feel like that's one of those, like, that's gotta be one of those, like, statistics that's, like, incredibly... Like, they gotta be lying or, like, having, like, an incredibly biased data set. Like, I could reasonably, like, oh, it's, like, 84% of, like, inner city kids who, like, don't own a house. You know, that's one of those things where it's, like, it feels like... It's like, oh, like, they have a janitor that does that. You know? And, like, it's, like, a small portion of those students. Like, that feels like a very, because it, you know. There is money to be made in lying about, like, demographical information like that. I put too much banana in my Frosted Flakes. Well, don't... You're not supposed to fuck the flakes. You're supposed to fuck the tiger. I would agree with you, but then I remember how many of my friends can't even put together a PC. Okay, in my defense, because I actually did live stream, like, it was a 6-hour live stream of me trying to put together a PC. For me, it wasn't like I couldn't do it. It's the anxiety of being like, if I fuck up and break one of these pieces, I lost $1,000. I remember, do you show feet? I did show feet during that live stream. Listen, I'm just right. I am correct. I am correct in that quote. You are supposed to fuck the tiger. I remember. That was like... Well, that was like 3 years ago now? That was definitely like relatively early on in my streaming career. For those of you who missed it, the PC build stream, Starky has chicken legs, shows actual chicken leg photo. Oh, I'm sure someone saved my feed on their PC. For literally, the fucked up part was like it wasn't even more than like 4 or 5 seconds of my feed on stream. I'm Bark, sorry about that. I'm here to torment the bird, chase bird around the yard. I'm gonna steal food from your food bowl. Yes, it was me. That checks out actually. But no, hopefully you're having you had a good weekend, Grim. Let's see.
What does this button do? Please, please, do not push the button. You have no idea of what it...
I'm excited for the I was more excited for the hinge reveal. Also, welcome on in, Suda. Glad to have you, sweet bean. The hinge reveal? Oh, like the fact that I broke my PC case. And I had to call my PC case manufacturer and be like, hey, I fucked up. And they were kind enough to send me a replacement panel. Wednesday, welcome on in, Corvette. Glad to have you, sweet bean. Can we share for Corvette Bubble? I was meaning the door hinges, but that was funny too. Wait, did you actually see the door hinges in that stream? I like went giga out of my way to try to avoid showing anything like too, you know, spatially revealing. Did you hear that Markiplier had sex with the Iron Lung director's wife and never got fired for it? The joke is that Markiplier is the director of Iron Lung. Specifically, especially revealing his code, revealing his code for showing whole. Listen, I don't show whole, but I'm willing to show most other things. So long as you're willing to pay the price. You know what I was asked in response to that? What? I was like, kids are definitely better than teens and adult parties. How much you want to show me? How much to show me a butter knife? If you want me to send you a picture of a butter knife, you could literally just ask that. I would be like, you're weird, but here you go. So you can't say those things on stream. You're correct. I've grown too bold. I've grown too bold. I can't imagine that there's like a rule against just like
Rats, we're rats. We're the rats.
Way 2 will show anything but whole. How much for you to show debit card details plus SSN? Legally speaking, this is a joke. I am not trying to get that information.
I will send you to Jesus. That is how WikiFeet messages you. I am not nearly a big enough I'm not nearly a big enough streamer to earn a spot on WikiFeet. Ain't no fucking shot. Don't show me your butter knife, that's too lewd. This is the last time I went to a party, we played Pin the Tail on the Donkey. Someone asked, were you the donkey? That is brutal, actually. But you could become. I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of like of two minds about it. Where I'm like, it would be nice to be a big streamer, but also like I feel like it's not really worth my, you know. I don't see it happening pragmatically speaking. And like I've kind of come to the realization that like something isn't real until it's actively occurring to me. Which like that's it's weird. That's something I'm gonna have to like kind of qualify, but like the prospect of like it's kind of how I avoid getting like disappointed, is that like I don't like my brain doesn't process something as actually being possible until it's actively happening. So like, you know, if you're like, oh, like Starky, you'll become a big streamer in no time. I'm like, no, the fuck, I'm not. Honey, being a big streamer slash talent is something you manifest and hone. Most streamers stream for years before they pop off. I guess that's fair. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it can't. But I'm not going to like plan my life around it happening. I guess is like, that's more kind of the speed that I'm coming from. Starky won't show whole, but he will show us this excellent quote. What is this quote? Fuck, that's... I could not tell you at all remotely what the context of that quote is. I wish Starky success and become big, but also realizing typing this, I have terrible word choicing, and it is by no means intended. That is too long ago for me to know what it was for. That was December of my first year doing art, so I was probably drawing the first iteration of Finn about that time. I got nothing. I'm gonna be honest. I could not possibly explain to you what the fuck was happening when that quote was said. My quotes are like actually like probably demonically haunted. I could show off my ass. I mean, that one's self-explanatory. That one explains itself. That was from this. I was probably doing like fucking shoot, Space Age at that time. What's up, Crisp?
Starky, I hope that you do one day become a big streamer, just not within the next few months or in this decade.
You know what? I think that's a relatively like that's a kind of a fair wish. To be like, oh, like, you know, recent one. I mean, okay, the to be fair, ain't no fucking shot Nekomaru didn't shit his pants. He had to shit before the like lights went out. Ain't no way he didn't shit himself. That's at minimum. Also, why is Nekomaru's secondary character trait needing to shit himself constantly? Not Nekomaru, Nekomaru. Not Mechmaru, Catmaru. Fiber intake. He's gotta be careful about his blood pressure, man. Between the yelling and like the shit, he will get the Elvis. Unlike my 1,000-mile long shot prediction, Nekomaru fucking dies on the toilet from taking a shit. That one surely that prediction is so absurd that it won't happen. That one is strictly speaking a joke, and I refuse to believe otherwise. Actually explosive diarrhea. I feel like I'm getting like a little bit better at like rendering hair and stuff. This is like, to some degree, this is kind of like my like this is a good study in terms of like texture, I think. And like I think that that's the secret. That's the secret to improving your art, is you got to turn everything into like a secret study. If you could pick anyone to be the killer in the next class trial, who would you pick to be executed in a horrible way? Mikon, so that way she isn't on the screen anymore. The fucked up thing is, now that it has been officially established that that is Mikon's thing, she's guaranteed to live until at least the last fucking trial. Because there's no way classic anime bullshit fucking game-ass game, Danganronpa 2, is gonna let that kind of character go without exploiting the shit out of them. I hate the smiles. I hate the cat smiles. So you can't see how smug I am right now. Listen, all I'm saying is, if Mikon goes first, I will be happy. Meaningfully, I would rather keep the fucking mean girl infant around than Mikon, because I don't want to get banned off of Twitch. This reaction is why we decided you had to voice Mikon. You are evil, and you are also correct. Like, you made the correct decision in terms of content, and I'm mad. I mean, to be fair, both me and Marsh got, like, at least one genuinely objectionable character, but between me having Mikon and him having Teru. It's wild that I'm like, yeah, I would rather have Teru than fucking Mikon stay on the island. But, like, meaningfully, I'm like, Teru is a shitty person to be around. Mikon might actually cause me real-life actual problems. Yes, we are. They just say it's gonna be interesting later.
Rats, where the rats?
I ate too much banana and now God has decided to punish me. I have a slight tummy ache.
Starky, would you still like me if I started falling more like Mikon? I'm not going to answer that question. hits you with the fucking, like, I still think of you as a friend, he fleets you big and round. Teru is a very Marsh character to voice. Which is, it's so funny because Marsh on his own stream is like so ace-coded. Anyone need a new password? We got a fresh one, hot off the presses. Hi, Magic. Welcome on in. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. But no, like, it is still wild. Follows exposes 7 Veganias and maybe more. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. That's so funny though. I was so fucking flabbergasted when focusing on finishing some work for a bit. All good. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out though. we will mostly just be chilling. I'm currently trying to figure out like some, you know, some hair detailing in physics and stuff. They're a shorter password for you. Needs an uppercase symbol and letter in his symbol. You just keep flustering. You keep flustering the keyboard mashers until they generate the kind of password you need. Okay. Hmm. I'm like trying to figure out like how I want to draw ears. Get some references. Nah, I'm just gonna keep gambling. I'll just keep gambling and eventually. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Something kind of like that? No. Because I think this is like a relatively like front-on view. So it is like, this is like a rare instance where I think this is like actually correct. Due to just by nature of the way that I've kind of drawn the setup. Hmm. Oh, the stable. Okay, let me turn stabilization up. I just realized I've never showed you the forest spirit character I'm getting. Want to see? Go for it. I might check it out after stream though. I'm kind of in the like zone. You got PPE on today? Nice. Welcome on in, Mortigris. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I do. Admittedly, I try to have personal protective equipment on at all times, but chat, being the little gremlins that they are, will occasionally just steal it from me. Oh god, Kronos, no. That's not safe for work. Yeah, but the chat doesn't care. They don't care if I get banned. They were laughing. They were laughing. Mekon was naked on the screen and they were laughing. I wasn't laughing. I was yelling to go to trains. That's fair. All right. What is it? Are we really going to be dealing with an hour of silence occasionally interrupted by fingers in his ass? I guess we are. I'm gonna have to turn this so goddamn loud. The other one could be for tomorrow. The hour of silence, but will definitely be disabled for tomorrow, as this is definitely one of the more disruptive ones. There we go. I just have to keep turning it because it's so goddamn loud. He's so joyous. He really is. Does an hour of silence but interrupted by anime moans exist? If so, I get that for tomorrow. I've listened to an hour of silence occasionally interrupted by Cupcake. That's worse than an hour of silence occasionally interrupted by anime moans. The first hour of the last few Day Robot streams have just been silly things. Just so you know, I have enough points to do 6 hours silence butts. Oh god. This is why I make expensive redeems. I found an hour of silence I wanted to share with Starky. This is a redeem that can stack. I will say that much. Who needs points but you can make the funny rat talk a lot? I want to get this other expensive redeem first. Borber VIP. ASDF movie 17 just dropped. It dropped before stream started. I actually saw it Borb first. It's actually like, because it's been a hot minute since anyone's redeemed the Borb. You would be breaking a bit of a dry spell in terms of Borb requests. I also need to like probably experiment a little bit more with different brushes. You try to look up some funny ideas for Hours of Silence, but it's all generic stuff. I gotta say there are there's definitely like classes of like Hours of Silence, but and this is definitely in the class of like it's not actually an hour of silence. It's just the thing happens like once every 10 to 20 seconds. Where's the hour of silence interrupted by Maya Winky? I'm curious. What is Maya Winky? Oh? Oh, sweetie. I'll DM you. Maybe it is possible like I'm just like I'm being judgmental because like it's art and like time disappears into the void when I'm doing art. What is Maya Winky though? None of you have provided a meaningful answer. You just have been like, oh, Stark, you poor innocent child. Hey, what the fuck did you just send me? Check DMs, it's safe. What is this? Not this. Hi, Sina. Welcome on in. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Oh my god, Maya, I love her. How am I like the last person in the world to discover Maya Winky? I've never heard of this person until now. Is Jimmy? No. Who is this supposed to be? So fucking funny, I have her as a redeem. How is this still supposed to be Jimmy Neutron? I don't like that I can hear fucking every single bit of moisture in her fucking mouth. I hate it so much. Check DMs. What is happening? Hold up. She's a character, Penelope, that she has a lot of skits. Wait. It took me a moment. We're ready for your BBL surgery.
Rats.
What's up, Chris?
Rats.
Starky Biclobotomy, my forehead now. As I can't do this sober and I don't have alcohol.
I'm sorry, we have at least one more. Oh, I hate it. Oh, this is punishment. Why are her eyes like this? Is this what true despair is supposed to feel like? Nagito, did you do this? Okay, that one got me. Hurts my eyes and ears. This is definitely a special type of torture. What is happening? This is some Gen Z shit. I am Gen Z, and this shit is too Gen Z for me. Are we in hell right now? Also, can we just shout for Sino if we haven't already? What is... This feels like a stereotype of what people think Gen Z comedy is. What the fuck did I join into? I don't know. Welcome on into Boxygen. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Apparently... Well, okay, to explain that, someone's forcing me to listen to an hour of silence occasionally interrupted by Nagito Komeda laugh from Danganronpa 2. This is Maya Winky. No, don't welcome me. What the hell? I don't know. Multiple people know about her and are like, she's hilarious. I don't understand. I actually can't do this. How the fuck? How long are these videos? 20 minutes! No, ain't no fucking... Okay, 7 seconds. Oh, I know her. Well, come on, engage. Glad I'm Sweet Bean. I was the highlights of her Jimmy Neutron video. Oh my god. Those were the highlights? That was the good bits? She did a video of Corpse Bride? I'm gonna make fucking crash out. She's the queen of comedy ASMR. Maybe that's why I loathe it with every fiber of my being. Because I do not like ASMR. Hold on, let me grab the parts you'll recognize. Curse you, Nagito! Nagito has cursed me with the knowledge of whatever the fuck's going on here. For real though, like, how can anyone enjoy that? I don't understand. No lo comprendo. It's injured my brain so deeply. I just spoke in Spanish for literally no fucking reason. I'm watch the 2 videos I sent you. The fairies, I just made some the fairies and I just made some figgy pudding. Oh no! No! Oh, you can't keep making me scream like this. I gotta keep my voice good for tomorrow. Why the fuck is her jaw like? Okay, real talk. Why the fuck has she got a jawline like a Greek god? Can someone explain this? What kind of fucking master of genetics is she that she's got the jawline cut out of pure diamond? Call me mouthwash. Your character's I'm drinking mouthwash just to feel something and to get drunk. And then apparently this is another one of her memes. Filter? Oh, it's a filter. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that one's actually okay. That one's fine. That one had elements of comedy to it. I'm gonna go fucking split my brain open and empty the viscera therein on my bathroom floor. I will be right back. Enjoy the music. I'm beginning to think that there's a significant reason why I won't make it big as a streamer, and that's because I tell jokes for me. Because I could not do that kind of comedy. It with as big as air quotes as you can possibly imagine, comedy. Six seven is a funny meme in comparison to that. You're not even necessarily wrong. Isn't this the Octagon song? Oh, I was about to say it was something Jack Black. I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. It's Lava Chicken. It's like this is some Jack Black meme song. I couldn't remember if it was the Octagon song or fucking Lava Chicken. Hey, want to see my reaction to mayonnaise while you're experiencing the air? I'm good, thank you, though. Did you put the Minecraft movie and then Minecraft music ooh ee ah cat in the fucking queue right next to each other? How many okay, hold up. How many songs does this motherfucker have? Is there a way for me to see ooh ee ah songs? 162 songs from ooh ee ah cat with an O, and then with the ooey ah cat with a U. What the fuck? Okay, but like, what is fuck bras? It says fans also like ooh ee ah cat, fuck bras, and sped now. I need to delete my Spotify. I need to get away from this godforsaken platform. I should just spend like a little bit of money on fucking Bandcamp at this point. What is fuck bras? Okay, you get one. You get one sweet in ooh ee ah. This is too many. This is too many ooh ee ah. The cat must perish for your sins. Never enough ooh ee ah.
Rats, rats, where the
What's up,
rats?
Crisp?
Come on, bruh, you're jacking up my vibes.
You're jacking up my vibes. me when I jack your vibes. Now, Starky, I don't choose the lobotomy. The lobotomy chose me. No, I chose the lobotomy for you. I do love the batter, like the batting emote. I kind of want to get an animated version of that. Like low-key. Because it's very silly, and it combos well with a lot of other emotes. Because you're not the like, multiple people have like discovered the combination of batting a borb. This song has a fucking sound effect from Nubby's Number Factory. Presumably, it's a case of like they use like a shared sound effects library, but like it is distracting because I do fucking recognize it. Actually, like, I kind of love it when like like video game sound effects or like generic audio track like sound effects are used in like songs. Because it's one of those things where it's like as a musician, you got to hear the sound effect and be like, oh wait, it's it's this note. Or if it's like multiple like sound effects, it's like, oh, it's in this key. I can put it in this song and it works perfectly. Scooby-Doo run sound Avicii mix. Actually, that would be fucking spectacular to hear someone like I'm sure someone out there is like taking the like suwa sound from a fucking what's it
Just
Chris?
checked and Fortnite so far had nothing of substance in over 2.5 months outside of collabs and the occasional iSlop showing up. Fortnite has reached its end game of just being collab and iSlop.
Yep, that sounds about right. It's so fucking frequent. My God. I actually feel like I'm doing a relatively decent job on the lining. Like, I feel like this is like the best I've ever drawn, like, this kind of fluff. I look at that, I'm like, that's a little bit too long. It needs to be broken up just a touch. That one's like... Welcome on in, Phoenix. Glad I get Sweet Bean.
Spin!
Oh, I see what about this feels wrong. I figured it out. I'm taking a little bit more time with the lining and really figuring out like how I want the fluff to look. And I think the effect is I think the effect is working. It's definitely looking a lot cleaner than this stuff usually looks from me. We have, also, if you haven't noticed, we have an hour of silence occasionally interrupted by Nagito laughing. I have to imagine it's pretty noticeable, though. I could be mistaken. You know, it might be more subtle than I'm really, you know, expecting. Actually, hold on. There is like one thing that was fucking like wild about this last weekend. Oh my fucking god, he won't shut the fuck up. He won't shut up, 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 he won't shut up. Because I was gonna talk about hanging out in James' Discord and watching Leash to Love. Or Love on a Leash. That's the name of the calling it a film feels wrong. That's the name of the multi-hour long YouTube video-esque piece of media that I watched in James' Discord this weekend. That fucking... It might be, like, the worst thing I've ever seen. And I watched... Love on a Leash is, I think, the worst thing I've ever seen. And I watched Disaster Movie, which is, like, one of the, like, lowest 3 rated movies on IMDb. It might be the worst movie on IMDb. Like, the fact that, like, the funniest part about the rom-com that is Love on a Leash is the part where the dog gets run over by a car. Exactly, Nagito. You get it. But the fact that that was, like, the funniest part to me, I think is, like... is probably a sign of either severe mental illness on my part or the movie is genuinely just that big of a piece of shit. Probably both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. You know how it'd be. Also, I believe the queue is actually empty, so if you want to put some songs in there, feel free. Some people like to watch that Velma show, particularly where she got hit by a car. Wait, Velma gets hit by a car in the Velma show? That's really funny, actually. That would almost validate the entire fucking thing. Yeah, she dies then and there. That's so fucking funny. Do you think that that was, like, part of the original vision, or do you think that, like, they kicked the original writer off of the project and were like, well, we have to make this end somehow? That was the only good part. That is wild, though. The song's a banger. This is, like, in my opinion, this is, like, the best album that's ever been made. Because there's not a single song on this album that isn't a fucking masterpiece. The boss fights, hats on, caps off, is fucking spectacular. It's like 20 songs, and they're all great. Admittedly, you do have to have a little bit... You have to have a taste for chiptune. Which, like, isn't necessarily going to be everyone's speed. Sig. Glad to have you, sweet bean. How you holding up? I'm drawing a Hrothgar. Actually, you might recognize this Hrothgar. Because they get drawn by Sky a decent amount. But yeah, hopefully you had a good weekend. How you holding up? It's been I probably should have said hi, but in my defense, the last weekend was giga busy, so admittedly I got a decent amount of rest, even if my throat is a little bit like, you know, a little bit worse for wear. How long is this? We're only halfway through? He's laughed so many times. I probably should have like a little disclaimer to be like, you know, how loud the thing is going to be is also going to be a factor of how frequently it occurs. All right. I'm trapped in the pain dimension, the dimension of pain, where there is not but pain. All right. Eye time. I need to figure out like, because I was actually like, I was lurking in DA's stream most of today because I was stuck in work meetings, and like, I was realizing now like how much detail goes into the eyes on his pieces, and I'm like, how the fuck, how does he, how do you figure that out? Practice, fair enough, and a lot of trial and error. I'm actually on a, so I'm actually kind of using a tip that I got from Ivan in terms of like figuring out the eyes. Because I showed off like the concept of like the kind of the Bara art style, where it's like bottom and like the bottom and inner part of the eyes tend to be thicker lined. Something kind of like that. Why does Nagito keep laughing? An hour of silence occasionally. I'll be honest with you. I think he's just laughing at my art style. And to be honest with you, Nagito, that's kind of really fucking rude of you. I don't trust fingers in his ass. Wow, to be in the ultimate Twitch streamers chat and nobody like he doesn't deserve to be here among such hopeful artists. Nope, nope, I fucked it up. You see, the part where I fucked it up is the everything. Oh god, why are eyes so fucking hard? Can't wait for Nagito to blank. I know Nagito does, he creates problems. I know he's a problem creator. But also apparently that's not much of a spoiler. You see Starky hasn't gone through the eye drawing phase. Yeah, they lay on that he has issues pretty early. Okay. I'm willing to accept that for now. Because it doesn't look that bad. By no means does it look good, but... Also, the fact that he's a Tumblr sexy man at all is like, that alone is enough reason to not trust him. Okay. I do think the slower going, lining work is actually, really paying dividends. Because I'm looking, I'm like, this probably should be a little bit fuller. Something kind of like that. I still don't know if I want to, add, a grin or not. I guess I can test the lines, around here and see how I feel about them. I need to I'm doing the problem art thing where I'm hyper zoomed in. Like the bad artist habit thing where I'm zoomed in way too far. So I'm not actually seeing the line and how it's impacting the rest of the piece in totality. Hmm. First, please welcome on to Rexalot. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Currently, I'm brain deep in a fight against the fluff to draw reasonably believable fur. Peak. I think all things considered, I think I'm doing a relatively good job. Because like there was probably like an hour there that was spent just like repairing, like making a few adjustments to the sketch layer, and then like everything lined here. To some degree, I wonder if I'm going too far. Also, don't mind Nagito. He's losing it a little bit. As Nagito is wont to do. Like just drawing a bunch of lines and then going, "Yep, fur." That's fair. Honestly, that I think that's like I do wonder if like I'm overthinking this a little bit. Because like that is a meaningful thing that happens when I do art. Is I try and logic my way through it, and then I end up just like thinking way too hard. Not everything's practice, King. That's fair. We'll call him Daith Wolf. I'm glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Okay. Have you ever watched Kamen Rider? I have not. I'm not necessarily. That's not tokusatsu because it's not a team. It's just a single dude. But like I know like of kind of the energy that brand, like, you know, the energy that usually is associated with that kind of media. I'm interested, but I guess like I don't necessarily like. It's one of those things where like I don't actually watch a lot of shows of my own volition. In terms of like media that I end up consuming, a lot of it's like video games or like interacting in streams. Oh, it is a tokusatsu? I'm thinking Sentai. It is 100% a tokusatsu. It's not a Sentai though. I was like, what am I thinking? Yeah, it's not Super Sentai. But yeah, no. I know I actually have like a friend who like is seemingly super interested in in tokusatsu stuff. So like I'm vaguely aware of it, but no, I've not seen a single episode. I think the only tokusatsu anything I've seen is the one meme, the like today is fine day in California. Today is Friday in California. Unclear. there's some seasons for a video gamey feel. It can be really fun to watch with friends. Well, it's more just like, I'm surviving, but glad to see you. Well, I'm glad that you're alive. I'm glad that you're surviving. It's not like necessarily like a feel thing so much as it is a like, oh, like I want to be doing like it's the ADHD impulse to be like, I want to be doing something with my hand. Is this Night of Nights? How's you? I'm doing okay. A bit of a busy weekend, so I'm doing my best to try and like keep up. But all things considered, I am relatively happy with how things are going. I had a good weekend for sure. As you know, as busy as it was, I still had a fun time because I, you know, doing the archipelago thing, and then like, you know, doing kind of like a surprise peak thing. Night of Nights is an arrangement of flowering nights. Okay, is this flowering nights then? I see clock up flowers. Son of a bitch. Ah, fuck me. I hate HDMI cables so goddamn much. There's no security. There's no security element on the fucking cable. So shit just pops loose all the time. Chat, you better be behaving while I can't see you. Make my way through the first season of Kamen Rider. Night of Night, didn't know that. It's Clock Up Flowers, an arrangement of flowering nights. Starky is gone. Time to make the Borb stronger. I thought Zune came up with songs on the fly like the mad lad he is. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Me talking as if I know a single thing about Toho. I mean, I'm vaguely aware of Toho. I'm aware of it enough to be like, I don't know shit about Toho, but it's got like all the girls have like almost JoJo's-esque stand powers. Like one of them has the ability to like separate things, which includes like concepts. Like the anime Yukari. Like they're all fucking broken as shit. Like it's not Flannery. She's a yokai with gap powers. She manipulates gaps. So is yokai the catch-all term for them, or like is like yokai specifically the villains? I heard it was boundaries. That's one of those things where it's like it's probably like translation specific. Because like that is such an esoteric power, such as the gap between life and death or dream and reality. Yep, that sounds about right. And as far as I'm aware, she's not even necessarily the most powerful of the yokai, right? Yokai are not necessarily villains. Like, I think, I mean, I don't know how fucking power curves work in that goddamn series, but, like, I'm pretty sure that they specifically had to hide away, like, Flannery because she was so overpowered that no one could meaningfully stop her. Like how you stretch it, any concept to be... I like how yeah, you could stretch any concept to be broken as fuck. That's kind of like that's the thing with stand powers, right? Is that they give like this, they give the like really like niche utility ones to people who are like smart and creative to like balance them out, and then you give the really really powerful ones to morons. Okuyasu. just say the word. Just say Okuyasu's name. It like that is Okuyasu, I think, is like the poster child for like Araki's balancing methodology in terms of like, yeah, like he's welcome on in, Hawk. Let him be a sweet bean. Can we show up for Dr. Hawk? How you holding up? We are big chillin'. Cream in heaven doors though. Okay, you make a compelling point about those two. Flandre has the power to see the eye of things, and her destructive power comes from striking said eyes. Okay. I'm doing good. Have a nice day overall. How are you? I'm doing okay. Relatively, like, laid-back day, all things considered, so... which is good, because it makes up for a relatively busy weekend. But I had a lot of fun this weekend, so... You know, no complaining. No complaints here. Except for, you know, the job search, which, you know... Went to the eye doctor, everything is good, my prescription went up a little. But no... For what it's worth, cream and, like... Vanilla Ice and, the guy who has... Like... oh god, to some degree they're balanced by their users' just pride and like assuming they're invulnerable when they really really are not. Rohan, yeah, it's like Vanilla Ice was just like overpowered. Rohan just kind of got cheated. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Kishibe or Araki wrote himself into a fucking hole with that one, to the point where he had to specifically cheat to make it so that way he didn't just like end the series there. I think Yukari is the most powerful Oni we know. If we do not count the Oni, then it would be Kasen. For real, lol, we're so lucky he became a pro tag. It's like it feels like a fucking hand wave, because to some degree it was. Imagine being sent to a battle royale against people who got fire swords or such, and you just get a bell that lets you refund things. Hold up, where's that one? Let me see if I can find it, because there's a very relevant bit of audio. Shit, I don't think I can find it. It's someone be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get out of this wizard battle. Some man just clapped his hand 3 times and said the 9 hells, and people turned inside out. The camera didn't even zoom in on him. That's how normal shit like that is here. I'm casting level 1 poison. Most powerful character in Toho as of now is probably I'm assuming that's Hecatea, Lapis Lazuli, the goddess of hells. Do you know where the high tiers of Toho scale? I mean, they're probably like reality destroying. Like if to use the parlance of like power scalers, you know. I have to imagine a couple of them could probably destroy reality. See also, like, Digimon. Do they beat Madoka Magica? I don't know enough about Toho to answer that with any amount of confidence. I gotta imagine they probably beat Madoka. Or, like, Walpurgisnacht. I need to watch the Madoka movies yet. Okay. I mean, to be fair, like, do we actually even see Walpurgisnacht get, like, destroyed in Madoka Magica? She kind of just gets, like, disappeared. Everything is seeing power scaling, people commenting that Madoka beats Goku, they get so mad. I mean, she does. Goku is the strongest character that has definite limits. And the funny thing is that I actually think, like, Sailor Moon probably also beats Goku. And I don't know that it's close. I need to watch Madoka. Somehow I started watching Kamen Rider before Madoka. I don't think we see Walpurgisnacht in action for long. Oh yeah, definitely. Simon the Digger also. Simon the Digger. I don't recognize what franchise that's from. Unless that's like the title of the the super boss from like Clair Obscur. Because I know that there is a super boss named Simon, and that's the extent of my knowledge about that. Corvus! Welcome on in, Raiders! Good on ya! Fellow bird. Welcome on in, though. Great, glad to have you. For those who don't know, I'm StarkyMorph, the Chaos Coding Internet. Variety streamer live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Here, let me get this shout out for you real quick, though. But welcome on in. How you doing? Oh, perfect. But yeah, no, we're chilling. I'm currently working on a gift art piece for someone who was very, very supportive of stream last year. But yeah, what are we up to? How was Planet Zoo? About the movies, they're great. I thoroughly enjoyed watching, even though can be confusing. I mean, to be fair, the point of the Madoka Magica movies is they are supposed to be confusing, right? Because it opens and Madoka is there. She's just chilling, so it's kind of got to figure out what the fuck's happening, right? Planet Zoo is great. It's just relaxing to just build and design. I should probably give like Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster a try. I have Planet Coaster. I just have never like sat down and like played it. But it definitely seems like a cozy experience to just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and like, you know, make a spot for all the people. I don't know if I would be the kind of player where like I would torture, because I could do that. What's up, Crisp?
Remember to support and love the bird in a non-parasocial way.
Shut up. But no, I've never done one of those sim games, so I don't know what kind of sim player I would be. If I would be like yeah, you know, here's an actual thing for you to explore and enjoy, or if it'd be like the vengeful god type where I just get to see what kind of horrible hell I get to put the NPCs through. Not torturing animals. All animals have great habitats and are very happy. You know what? I'm sincerely glad. It definitely seems like from that perspective, it definitely seems like a very cozy experience. And probably like some amount of logistical challenges. You know, trying to figure out like how best to like create a layout. The AC is on them, they're listening to their favorite song. Exactly. I don't like that. Currently, I'm trying to figure out how I want to draw a fluff. Which is this is a this is a experimental piece. Nope, that's you make sure they have the right temperature, food, foliage, water, etc. The hardest thing to manage is group size. Goodness, that to be fair, I love Factorio stuff. So like I'm not necessarily I'm a big fan of like logistical challenges like that. Like some animals you can only have one male or they fight. That makes sense. It's like those sims, like sim games, like you got to figure out like kind of how to abstract away the like annoying detail oriented stuff to make it like really, really fun. Starkey, even the protagonist of Toho is busted power. Here's an excerpt of Reimu's wiki page. Fluff is always interesting to draw because you draw it sharp, but it becomes fluffy when combined. Yeah, it to some degree. It's like I'm trying to like, because I know like the where is it? Because to some degree, it's like the like I've heard about the triangle technique in terms of like just draw like rounded triangles. I don't like that. Oh, Lord. OBS. There we go. I have to fight the OBS every time I want to scroll. You turn off a lot of the animal requirements in sandbox mode if you just want to build. Interesting. Well, many inhabitants of Gensokyo are capable of flying. Reimu's ability extends beyond that. She is someone who excels at floating through life. Reimu generally displays extraordinary intuition and incredible luck, naturally ending up on the path of least resistance through most situations. However, when distracted acting with impure motives, she quickly loses her edge. On one occasion, observers saw Reimu dodging an attack like she was made of air, while Reimu herself saw the attack swerving to avoid her. On another, Reimu unknowingly walked across the river without getting wet by stepping on fish that swam beneath her feet. The ultimate expression of her ability is innate dream, which allows Reimu to float away from reality and become impossible to attack. Welcome on in Chaos. Good idea, Sweet Bean. Interesting.
What does this button do? Please, please.
So she's kind of like
do not push
weaponized
the
girl
button.
failure.
You have no idea
Hi,
what it...
hi, hi.
I fell down.
Chaos, how could you? Oh, sorry, guys, it's been a hot minute. So I think we're finally done with Nagito. Oh, thank Christ. She truly is. I do in fact fall down. Me definitely when I fall down. Chaos, what do you think? What do you think of Hrothgar, man? Because this is what I'm currently working on as a gift piece. Admit, good. Thank you. Millie, the fluff is taking a hot minute, but I figure it'll be worth it. You're progressing, young Padawan. I definitely feel like I'm making progress, which is good. Because like there are times where I feel like I'm making no progress in art, and those times suck. It's actually like the worst time, like, because it's one of those things where it's like like even in those moments you are subconsciously making progress, but you're not like really internalizing or acknowledging it. Like, you know, your eye suddenly becomes capable of seeing all of the parts of it that are like that need improving. Which is in itself a sign of progress, but also like it's one that sucks because it feels like you're taking a step back when you're really not. Like your actual drawing skill is being kept the same, but your ability to understand art and anatomy and the physics and motion and like composition are all like, you know, like your understanding is better, but your ability has not improved. So it feels like you're like going back, but you're not. I'm there we go. Also, I should probably disable raids real quick. Stark, you like One Piece, right? I do. What's up? Need an anime with One Piece pacing and soul leveling story depth? That seems like hell. That seems awful. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm not the only one who looked at this and I was like. So the original post. I need an anime with One Piece pacing and soul level story depth. And then the comments are, I'm crying, bro's asking for garbage. Bro said, give me some bullshit. Watch paint try. Or someone go from kindergarten to college, I don't know. The children yearn for fairy tale. Oh my god. Okay, that last one is really good, actually. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. I've not seen Fairy Tail, but I've heard so many bad things about Fairy Tail, and from so many different sources too. It's not like one person like has like a well-known like hatred towards Fairy Tail. It's like, no, every single even the people who like watch and enjoy Fairy Tail are like, yeah, this is dog shit and it's awful. Do not watch it. And like I think that's like the most telling possible thing about an anime. YouTube sent me Penisgate. I was made aware of Penisgate. Penisgate is weird. It feels like one of those things that's like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, I think I've done a solid job on the face. Now let's check real quick to see like if adding like the little like add this like, you know. Not really a whole lot. In the comments, it pains me to say this about a series I understand some people like, but both of Ursa's titties are the only captivating characters in Fairy Tail. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Oh. To be fair, like, I actually have a series like that where like I watched it and I hate it. Don't under any fucking circumstance watch anything other than the first episode of Shakugan no Shana. It is not worth your fucking time. Season 1 starts with such an interesting premise, and then it kind of turns into like, oh, it's actually just not a rom-com, but like a teenage romance drama thing, which is fine. But then the entirety of season 2 is just an extended, like, the protag kun isn't paying attention to me because there's a new girl, and then season 3 starts and protag kun is evil, and I dropped it at that point because I'm like, this is fucking stupid, I hate it. Don't watch Shakugan and Ashana. Sometimes I gotta leave the anime on the AMVs. Honestly, yeah. The fucked up thing is, like, season 3, the opening song for season 3 of Shakugan no Shana is a genuine all-time banger. Light My Fire is a fucking bop and a half. And it's in service to the dumbest twist that anyone has ever written ever. All right. Also, we're about to run our last set of 3-minute ads. We run those every hour to turn off pre-rolls. Go ahead and go grab a snack. Go grab some hydration. I was late. I fucked it up. I biffed it. Only you, people who aren't seeing the ads, can hear my remorse. I fucked it. The ending of Overlord, the endings to Overlord are fire. I will fight you if you try to make me watch it again. Why is it like always like it's the worst? Like, I guess to be fair, like it's gotten better about it, but like in the early 2000s, it felt like the most ass fucking anime were always the ones that had the good AMVs. Well, welcome on in, Doodle Den. Glad to have you, Sweet Pea. Give it a shout out for the Doodle Den, aka Galvin. How you holding up, big bow? I am drawing Hrothgar Man, and I think I'm actually doing a relatively good job, all things considered. Currently, I'm lining this fucking monstrosity isn't fair. It's like I actually feel like I'm doing a pretty good job, all things considered. But, you know, hopefully you're holding up well. We're just chilling. It was a relatively busy weekend, so it's been like a lower energy day, which is nice on occasion. Doing all right. Just finished a bunch of rough sketches for clients. Gonna be coloring them tomorrow. I need to get a sketch from you at some point. Because like I need to like redesign. I need to redesign Badger, like my Badger boy, but it would be neat to see you draw the bull man I've got. I'm still saying that Overlord is stuck in purgatory though. One time I watched this anime about these apprentices of fighting train conductors. The opening's excellent. I can't remember shit about the anime. It really do be like that sometimes, which is honestly, like, whenever it happens, it is kind of funny. When, like, the opening is like is fire, and then the anime itself is a dumpster fire. I do got slots open for my sketches on Blue Sky. Ooh. Probably need to take a look at that then. Currently, I need to probably like check my bank account. That's like the found said opening. I am getting. Do y'all remember Act Age? That doesn't ring a bell. Unfortunately not. Okay. I'm definitely like, I don't know if it's necessarily like I was just like super brain focused tonight or like what, but like I'm like my brain is spaghetti. But I am relatively like I'm actually like genuinely kind of proud with how this is turning out. I need to do like not like sussy stuff, but more like overtly like more burlesque kind of stuff. Starky, have you considered what? Bigging around for from slime. I mean, Starky is slime, so. How would that work? It would just kind of get like merged. Like you just get like kind of some slime combination. Congrats, that's because the creator ruined his chances of getting an anime by grubbing someone in public while the anime was in production. All right, I think this is going really well so far. I think I'm gonna leave it here though. Because I can definitely feel my like brain kind of melting out of my ears. I did the big think the entire stream. Suggestive pose, bedroom eyes, kind smile behind a thick beard. Yeah. This is like a gift piece, so I to some degree I'm like I want it to look good, but I don't want it to look like overt in any way. Here. Well, let's see who's live. I am sorry that we will be skipping this, but I think I will be wrapping up now. But thank you over for hanging out. Hopefully you guys had a good time. We're big chilling. Let's see. Create over to Dupe, because Dupe is doing his partner push, so. Good work today, Starky. Well, thank you over for hanging out. Hopefully it was like kind of chill, comfy vibes. I kind of want to raid into someone that we see if there's anyone who we collabed with on Friday that's live. Dupe is an option. Could raid into a Thunderfang member. It is a new week, so I'm looking, and I'm stalking, and I'm pursuing. We raided into Trendy recently, so I don't want to raid into him again. I pursue your Twitter. You are creator of sex. I love that copy pasta so fucking much. It's one of my favorite things. You had a very being chilling day. Yeah. Let's see. You know what? Let's try to do a Thunderfang member. Let's raid over to Poppin. It's been a hot minute since I've been able to raid into Poppin, so. All right. Good work and thanks for the stream. Well, thank you for chilling. But yeah, use my emotes or whoever's emotes you happen to have. We're going to raid over to Poppin. Poppin, heckin' adorable doggo. Very TF brained, very dog brained. So yeah, yo was poppin'. But anyways, if this is your first time here, I'm StarkyMorph, big gay chaos growing internet, right streamer live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We've been doing art here for the last 2 years, so if you'd like to see that, feel free to drop the follow here, as well as over on Blue Sky, where I will post art that I make, art that I get commissioned, general ramblings, updates for the video essays, all the good stuff. I have a YouTube if you'd like to catch up on the VODs there, see what I've been up to, catch up on a couple of like 9 hours of Danganronpa 2, as we will be continuing that tomorrow with Marshmallow Bears. Those streams are a ton of fun, so. But no, there's also a Discord if you'd like to pop in there, say all the Sweet Beans, see the Curse Gun, those Sweet Beans post. I probably need to investigate potentially opening a Telegram, chat for a replacement, but we'll get there when we get there. I have a coffee sponsorship. If you'd like to pick up some coffee from Dragon Roast Coffee with discount code StarkyMorph to get 10% off, help support the stream, get some really good coffee, help support independent roasters. It's also a single source coffee and genuinely really good. I highly recommend it. But no, I think that's everything. I love you guys to bits. I will catch you tomorrow where we will be returning to Danganronpa 2, aka my eternal fever dream, my nightmare meltdown. And yeah. And then Thursday will be, I think we're back to our normal schedule. So Thursday, Digimon, and Friday more art. Love you guys. Bye!